When people thought they had already seen every kind of drama unfold in the world of celebrity relationships, Chrissy managed to shock everyone with a scandal so messy that it makes even the most famous reality stars look tame in comparison. For years, she had built her image on being Jim Jones' loyal partner, the woman who stood by his side through arguments, breakups, reconciliations, and all the chaos that came with their time on Love and hip-hop. She was the ride-or-die girlfriend who waited years for a ring that never seemed to come. But now, whispers, rumors, and alleged receipts have painted a very different picture, one where Chrissy may not only have been unfaithful, but also secretly tied the knot with another man behind Jim's back. The first spark of this scandal didn't even come from Chrissy or Jim directly. It started with whispers online about Chrissy being spotted with someone who definitely wasn't Jim. According to gossip blogs, she was seen slipping into a black SUV outside a luxury hotel in New York late at night. Normally, people wouldn't think twice about it. But this time, the man escorting her wasn't Jim. It was someone insiders began referring to as the new husband. That phrase alone sent the internet into overdrive. What made things worse was the claim that Chrissy had checked into the hotel under the name Mrs. Williams. Fans immediately noticed something strange. Jim's last name is Jones, so who exactly was Williams? Was this just a fake name for privacy, or was it connected to the rumors that she had secretly married another man? For a long time, Chrissy and Jim were known as the couple who fought hard, but always came back together. Their fiery arguments, emotional proposals, and dramatic reconciliations were reality TV gold. They weren't perfect, but their story kept people glued to their screens. Fans believed that no matter what happened, they would always find their way back to each other. That belief started to crumble when reports surfaced that Chrissy might have been legally married to a man named Marcus Williams, allegedly in Las Vegas, and allegedly without Jim having a clue. The idea that Chrissy had a secret husband set social media on fire. Screenshots began circulating online, showing what looked like blurry marriage records from Clark County. One record listed a Christine tied to a Marcus Williams with a date in 2023. Was it real? Nobody knew for sure. But that didn't matter. The story spread like wildfire because, in the world of internet gossip, perception becomes reality faster than facts ever can. Fans immediately split into two camps. Some were furious, saying Jim had been humiliated after holding Chrissy down for so many years, only to find out she may have married another man in secret. Memes mocked the situation, with captions like, "Imagine waiting 20 years for a ring, and she gave it to someone else." Others, however, argued that Chrissy was tired of waiting. One viral tweet said, "Jim never married her. She got tired." Don't blame Chrissy, blame Jimmy. But it didn't stop at marriage rumors. Alleged witnesses claimed Chrissy and Marcus had been spending time together like newlyweds. Hotel staff supposedly overheard conversations where Chrissy called Marcus the only man who doesn't play her. Bloggers even shared stories about Chrissy buying him expensive gifts, including a watch supposedly funded by selling one of Jim's old jewelry pieces. True or not, the internet ate it up. Jim's reaction only made the story bigger. Instead of ignoring the rumors, he reportedly had a breakdown. A voice note leaked online, allegedly of Jim calling a friend in the middle of the night, sounding broken as he said, "I held her down all these years. How could she do me like this?" Fans weren't sure if the audio was authentic, but it was raw enough to go viral. Then came the infamous Instagram Live. Jim appeared with red eyes, voice shaking, and said, "You think you know somebody? I gave her everything. And this is what I get? Married behind my back." That video alone had millions of views within hours. For many fans, that was proof enough that something real was going on. While Jim was clearly heartbroken, Chrissy seemed to take a completely different approach. Instead of denying the rumors directly, she posted cryptic captions like, "Y'all believe anything." Some thought she was brushing off lies. Others felt she was mocking Jim's pain. The more silent she stayed, the more people assumed the rumors were true. The scandal took another sharp turn when Marcus' past came into the spotlight. Bloggers dug up alleged criminal records showing charges of fraud and tax evasion. Whether those documents were real or not didn't matter. People immediately labeled Marcus as a scammer and Chrissy as the woman who left a Harlem legend for someone with a shady past. Her Instagram was flooded with snake emojis and brutal comments. Sis waited 20 years for a ring, then gave her loyalty to a criminal. And yet, a portion of fans defended her fiercely. On TikTok, creators argued that Jim had strung her along for too long. Ladies, if a man won't marry you after decades, what do you expect? She moved on, one video said, racking up millions of views. The debate quickly turned into a gender war online, with hashtag Team Chrissy and hashtag Team Jim trending side by side. As if things weren't already chaotic enough, a grainy hallway video allegedly showed Chrissy entering a hotel suite with Marcus. The footage was blurry, but people slowed it down, zoomed in, and dissected it frame by frame. Everyone convinced themselves they saw proof she had been living a double life. The hashtags hashtag Chrissy exposed and hashtag Jim heartbreak blew up overnight. Behind the scenes, Jim was reportedly spiraling. Insiders claimed he canceled shows, skipped meetings, and locked himself in the studio blasting old Dipset tracks. His pride was crushed, his image damaged, and his heartbreak turned into memes across the internet. Meanwhile, Chrissy seemed unbothered. Paparazzi caught her shopping in designer stores, partying in Miami, and living her life as if nothing had happened. To some, it looked like strength. To others, it looked like coldness. Then came perhaps the most shocking development, a supposed photo of Chrissy and Marcus in Las Vegas wearing wedding bands. The background looked like a famous quickie wedding chapel. Blogs ran with it, saying this was the proof everyone had been waiting for. Jim's humiliation grew, as fans speculated that he wasn't just betrayed emotionally, but legally. By this point, the scandal was everywhere. Morning shows were debating it, podcasts were dissecting it, and even comedians were making jokes about how Jim waited 2 decades to marry Chrissy only for her to possibly marry someone else in 20 minutes. The humiliation was brutal. But the fallout wasn't just emotional, it became legal. Reports surfaced that Jim had filed to separate from Chrissy and was seeking damages, claiming she funneled money from their joint accounts into her new relationship. At the same time, whispers spread that Marcus was under investigation for fraud, and Chrissy might get dragged into it too. Suddenly, this wasn't just gossip. It was potential courtroom drama. At the end of the day, fans were left with more questions than answers. Was Chrissy really married to Marcus, or was this just a messy publicity stunt? Was Jim a victim of betrayal, or was this karma for stringing her along for so many years? Was Marcus truly the villain, or just the man who happened to step into the middle of a love story that had already run its course? What's clear is that this scandal is far from over. With possible lawsuits, investigations, and even criminal charges looming, this drama has gone beyond reality TV into real-life consequences. For Jim, the heartbreak is undeniable. For Chrissy, the backlash is intense. And for Marcus, he remains the mysterious figure at the center of a firestorm that refuses to burn out. So, the question is, how will this story end? Will Jim recover and rebuild his image? Will Chrissy spin the scandal into her biggest career move yet? Or will the truth finally come out in court, turning this wild ride into a cautionary tale for everyone watching?